everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this daisy flower. It's really quite easy. It might look difficult, but it's really not. Most of it is cut out with the Flower Daisies number 2 die with the big shot. First you want to cut out all 3 of the sizes in the same color, if you want the same color daisy for the petals. You want 3 of the large, 2 of the medium, and 2 of the small. Now I used early espresso for the center of my flower, so I cut out 2 of the small ones in early espresso or whatever color you want for your center. I also used a small corduroy button. I know they're retired right now, but you can always try and find another button that will work. Our jumbo brads work nicely as well, but as you can see that there are holes in the center of all the petal pieces, and this actually holds it together nicely once you get it all together. Okay, after I went ahead and got everything done, I sponged this one because I'm using Daffodil Delight paint cardstock. I went ahead and sponged it all in Daffodil Delight. The small one, because your petals are actually going to be rounded up, I went ahead and sponged on both sides. And I didn't take a lot of time sponging. I just took a sponge dauber and just gently went over the petals. It doesn't take a whole lot of time at all. Then, after I sponged them all, I used this wonderful nifty set. This is our new distressing kit, and in the kit you have 3 different filing tools. One that's flat and edged, one that's square, and then one that's completely round. I used the one that is completely round. And all I did with the large ones is I went ahead and curled them under, and when I'm doing this I'm actually turning this in my fingers, turning the file in my fingers as I'm curling them down. And all the large ones, I went ahead and curled them all down. And don't pull too incredibly hard. I mean, you can pull enough to make them curl, but if you pull too hard, you'll actually pull the leaves off. So you don't want that to happen to yours. Granted, if you put it on the bottom, you could probably hide it, but you don't want to have to do that. The medium ones, I also curled down using the same technique. And hopefully these will curl. And you just want to curl. You don't have to curl them completely, but just as long as they're down. Then on the medium ones, I actually took my finger and put it right at the edge and pushed them up a little bit after I curled them down, to get them to have a little bit of more dimension when I put them on top. Now the wee little ones, I went ahead and rolled them up. And I did give them a little bit more of a curl when I was rolling those ones. That way they're just up, like that, kind of like a upside down spider. So, and through the magic of TV, I actually have all of mine curled now. Isn't that wonderful? How I got them to stick together, because if you just lay them on top of each other, they tend to move about all the time. So I actually took my glue dots and I stuck just one on each side, just like so. And then I positioned it exactly where I wanted it to sit and matched up the inner circles here. And I did that with all of them. And if you kind of do it as you're curling them, then it goes a little bit faster and you can see how much you want to curl your other pieces as well. I also used the glue dots for the middle pieces. And you don't have to shade your petals if you don't want to, but it does give that extra little dimension to it. And I always just kind of I don't completely overlap, I kind of make it to where they're a little bit, different, rotating around the flower. And then you can always just kind of pull the petals up a little bit, even on the lower large ones, so that it gives it more of a dimensional look. These really don't take that long to do if you have it all going and you've done it already. Now for the wee little ones. I go ahead and put 2 on those as well, because you can always fold the glue dots down into the circle to give it that extra little bit to keep them all together. Again, just rotating them so that it looks like an actual flower, how the petals rotate. And then you just kind of fluff it up a bit. And these are pretty kind of hardy once you get them all together. As you can see and probably hear, I'm really kind of pulling on them a bit. Okay, so there's that part. Now the middle part. I actually took one of these, and I don't know if this is exactly how the Gallic Convention did it, but I took one of these and I went down right about here is where it starts to make the tip for the edges, and I actually just cut that part off, and I went all the way around and just snipped it off. Excuse me. Okay, so after I get done going all the way around, I go ahead and snip them off the other way as well, so that it still gives it that little bit of a point. Okay, then I go back with my little tool again, and I just curl these ones up, just like I did with the other petals. And I curl these ones up as I most possibly can, because those are the very, very center. And just get that done. I already have one other one done, and I just stick that one inside. And again, I just kind of position them to where they're different. They're not right up against each other. And then I stick my brad right through the center of those. I don't use glue dots these time because it's pretty small. And then I just stick that through the center, flip it over, make sure that my brad, I don't know what you call those things, but the little legs are open like that. And then squish the centers back up again. Sometimes you have to use your tool if you have big fingers like me. And then there you go. There's your daisy. Not all that hard at all, is it? Well, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you have a great day and happy stamping!